Alright, this is Chapter 3, Lesson 2 on addition of integers. I'm also going to be doing the guided practice on page 206. Alright, so to review, these are the rules for adding integers. You have two different options. Either they have the same sign, like a positive plus a positive, or a negative plus a negative. In that case, you add the absolute values and you use that same sign. So a negative plus a negative is still going to be a negative, and a positive plus a positive is still going to be a positive. If they have different signs, you subtract the absolute values because they're working against each other, and use the sign of the larger absolute value. Alright, subtract, sign of the larger is the way I'm going to say that when I say it in class most of the time. So we'll just do a couple of those and I'll explain it as I go. First one, negative 6 plus negative 8. Well, once again, I focus on plus. That means we're in the addition rules, which is what we're in, integer addition. They have the same sign. I have a negative and a negative. So if they have the same sign, they're working together. Add the absolute values. The absolute value of negative 6, 6. Absolute value of negative 8 is 8. Add them together and you're going to get 14. And then use that same sign. A negative plus a negative is still going to be a negative. I'm going to show you that a couple different ways. So here would be negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 negatives. Here would be negative 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I counted them up and added them, I would have 14 negatives altogether. Here's another way of showing it. If I go down to a number line, negative 6, well, that'd be starting at 0 because we're neutral to start. I would go to negative 6. Then I would go 8 more to the left. And you end up here at negative 14. Okay, so there's what it looks like on a number line. That's what it looks like kind of as an understanding of negatives and negatives. Nothing cancels out, so we end up with 14 negatives. Alright, so let's go to the next one. Negative 3 plus 10. Okay, once again, I'm going to focus on the addition. It is addition, so we're in integer addition rules. Different signs this time, negative and a positive. So we subtract the absolute values. So I'm going to be subtracting 3 and 10. So let me do 10 minus 3 is 7. Alright. Sign of the larger absolute value. Did I have more positives or did I have more negatives? Well, this has an absolute value of 3. This one has an absolute value of 10. So that is my larger absolute value. And the sign of that one was positive. My answer is positive. This would look like this. 3 negatives. 1, 2, 3. And 10 positives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 positives. Well, a negative and a positive are what we call a zero pair. They cancel each other out. A negative and a positive cancel each other out. A negative and a positive cancel each other out. And what am I left with after those cancel out? I'm left with 7 positives. Once again, that would look like this on a number line. Starting at 0, I go to negative 3. Then I turn around and go right 10, which would put me over here at positive 7. Next one that I have is negative 8 plus negative 4 plus 12. So now we're just going to go to our rules. I'm going to go addition left to right. So they have the same sign, a negative plus a negative. Add and use that same sign. So then I bring down the 12. Different signs. So I subtract their absolute values, sign it larger. This time neither one is larger, so you end up neutral at 0. Number 4, I want you to write a problem if for somebody that owes $25 and gives $18. Well, owes is a negative $25. You give $18, so you still owe $7. How did I do that? I noticed they had different signs, so I subtracted, got 7, and then there were more negatives, sign of the larger absolute value, so my answer is negative 7. I still owe negative 7, or I still owe $7.